Let's see. Let's see who's wrong and who's right. We're going into game 2 here at the Corsair Dream League. Season 9, ladies and gentlemen. Iceberg versus VGJ Storm.
This is your chance to catch up to me on.
Well, I mean, as you say, it is definitely hard to go with a team that gets sort of, you know, beaten down as hard as they did in game 1, but we'll see. We'll see if Iceberg can pick it up this game. The Aoi Nagasara. That's what I'm riding on this game. He's done some phenomenal things in the past on this era. Solo carried games from the sort of support role.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be dual lanes, at least. Actually, MSS has more of just roaming items, but he's going to be running between probably bottom and mid lane.
30 seconds to battle.
Snaking eats a Riptide, but he ain't even going to use a Tango. He's got double mango. Double mangoes. The new build. Everyone just has double mangoes. It's the best.
Look at that lifesteal. He's starting off with a lot of tangos.
He really is. I think they're,
Six and two
they're
tangos.
expecting the Sanking Abaddon to pressure him.
He is very prepared for the abuse to be heading his way.
2 for 2 runes.
Yep.
Подношение моему роду.
So yeah, we'll see how well Ritsu does in this lane. As you said, the hate is going to be down here for him. And he did suffer in game 1.
What's happening? They're putting SF top, and they're putting Puck mid. Because they saw the dodge happening. Okay, so they're dodging the dodge.
Yeah, I do. I mean, having Gyro and Disruptor mid against the SF, like, there's a lot of kill potential for VGJ Storm there. And obviously less so with the Puck. Can get himself in and out of these sort of skirmishes that, you know, a couple of levels, that homing missile and such combo are going to be quite an issue for a mid SF. And this top lane, much easier for him to play with the backup of Kit Rack.
Bottom lane, Snaking eating a whole lot of damage. But yeah, they're pressuring this lifestealer, this dual lane.
Snaking sails up.
DK in the side lane, boys and girls. That's a big change up. We do not see the SF in the side lane too often. We did see LGD run it once at LAN, right? They did the safe lane SF and the DK mid.
Did we see a safe lane SF in one of the other games here? Maybe we didn't.
He did Moon, eating a lot of damage in mid, but at the same time bottom.
They're diving in on Ritsu. Ritsu will be fine. Presence of Aoi does keep him safe.
How do you feel about this, the side lane Shadow Fiend? I've never really been a fan.
No, I mean, to be fair, not a fan of the side lanes.
I'm dating it back to like ages ago where we used to see people try that and it just never seemed to work. And now it's a bit different with the way that Shadow Rays works.
I mean, it just feels like it's a situation where you're much less likely to get those opportunities where you can outplay once you get that level 2 race.
It's just, you want to get solo experience. That's the biggest thing of Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, and you need to have backup. Like, you can't really leave this SF on his own. He has to have someone with him on this top lane.
Yeah, you're pretty much like one of the weakest heroes if you do get... If anyone closes the gap on you, you're pretty much dead. But he's versus DK, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's it, because I think as well... Because he didn't want to be in that middle lane against SVG, but obviously as we can see, SVG's now moved himself up top as Yawar will be left mid on his own against the Puck. And Puck certainly favors Iceberg.
Yeah, this is absolutely the whole lane, all 3 lane setups I think favor Iceberg actually. I really like the way that they got their lane set up. Because I think the DK didn't want to stand versus that SF. And mid, look at this. Yawar versus Moon pushing the limits. Moon getting some tower hits. The new tower range.
I mean, in defense of Moon, we can blame it on the new tower range. But
dude, you walk into that one. You actually walk into it a lot easier when you're walking up the Dire Hill. To be honest.
We'll blame it on the patch, V-Moon. We'll blame it on the patch.
I feel for him there.
Yeah.
I played like 8 pubs there and I keep walking to that tower too.
Alright, first blood for VGJ Storm, top lane.
Bryle, stun comes out. MSS is here too.
The struggles of the side lane SF. Yeah. These sort of movements can come in very easily onto you. It's just not as safe a space as that middle lane. Much harder to sort of keep that key vision up, as you can see the sentries down as such. They do have that deep observer behind the tower, but still very scary place for the SF to be.
Yeah, Tomato getting stunned at level 3 on the Dragon Knight was the big thing there. Catching him a bit off guard. And now they leave the 1v1. So Snaking will be able to farm versus this lifestealer. And it looks like Aoi wants to go for a wrap behind mid. He's got both spells available too. You are pretty low here. They look like they want to dive under the tower.
And he
He's in he's juking in the trees a bit. His orb's off the mark. This is not a kill anymore.
No, Aoi is going to take a lot of damage. Having missiles on his way out to him as well. As Aoi will survive, of course, but yeah, the gank unsuccessful.
That was well played by Yawar, though. He jukes in the trees to stop the net being casted, jukes in again to dodge the orb. Fairy fires just in case. Thought he was going to get hit by that one. So Bryle, side lane SF.
How's it going? Still struggling.
Yeah, his last hits are okay, but the tri lane up here.
The levels aren't great.
Yeah, if he just gets hit by any disable, he is pretty dead versus 3 heroes. And they will bring Aoi up here.
Let's see, VGJ Storm.
They get put off as soon as they see the Naga. Puck's still doing great in the mid lane though. 19-6 to the 13-7 of the gyrocopter, and Gyros have to use that shrine. Get a glimpse back, but
not quite far enough.
DK not really the strongest tri-laner. Kind of the weirdest thing ever, right? You have DK and SF in the side lanes in a tri-lane. Not something you'd really expect.
We yet to see any sort of real focus on stacking for the Gyro?
Haven't seen any.
No. Not yet on the side of VGJ.
From what we've been seeing, at least in NA especially, they go for more of the battle build. They don't get the flak. They go barrage and rocket early on. Maybe now, I think now he gets called down and then he starts going back for the flak cannon, but it's the 3-2 build most of the time. Except for like Arteezy, who plays it a little more greedy. He usually goes missile flak. Snaking dropping very low bottom. They're kind of playing their limits down here in that bottom lane.
Ritsu seeing if he could get a wraparound maybe and go for the outplay. He's looking for it. Snaking is a little too speedy though, as it seems. Can he get this only level 1 open wounds? So the range isn't great, but he's got the phase boots, and that'll actually do it. Or there we go.
Top lane now too.
Moving in onto Aoi. MSS and SVG looking for the chase down, but he'll make it out to safety. So yeah, Ritsu getting the first kill on the board for Iceberg. Moon has got an invis. Is he going to look to try and set anything up top? Nah, he's going to head back towards mid. Maybe make a bit of a go on to Yawar, but on his own will not have the burst to do so. Actually taking quite a bit of damage himself from that barrage.
They're smoking toward mid. The orb was just used. Moon.
He's in trouble.
He is in a lot of trouble.
He's dead.
He is dead.
He'll dream coil.
Oh? Is he dead?
Wait, is that gonna save him?
He's fine.
Oh shoot! All right.
Glimpse saved him.
I think it did it. The glimpse got him further away from them.
The sanking was closing the gap.
Yeah, rare missed glimpse really there.
Big mistake there by SVG. That's a heavy committed rotation. SF is fully recovered now top.
They absolutely should have had that kill.
And they're taking the top tower now. Yeah, that was definitely a bit of a mistake there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
On top lane, Iceberg.
Yep, getting a tower early on. That first catapult wave. Level 5 Shadow Fiend too. He's pretty damn strong right now. Once DK hits 6, that's probably the next timing for Storm to actually get more aggressive here, but Tomato has to be careful not to eat too many raises.
Aoi looking to see if he can get any sort of lead in and set up with the brute. Tomato continues to play it safe underneath that tower. Yeah, the bottom lane, despite Snaking going down, of course, CS-wise, Snaking still having a fantastic time farming down on this bottom lane.
Yeah. Holding his skill point.
Mid lane Moon, back to getting some pressure onto this tower. MSS will come across. Does have the Gyro in the side lane, still lead in with the Burrow. But very hard to catch Moon now without the Disruptor. And they will need that level 6 as soon as they can on SVG. For these sort of catches. But another pretty even start between the two sides. We did see this for the most part, at the start of game one, it was sort of that mid game where it just really veered sharply off in VGJ Storm's favor. So both teams matched pretty evenly in the laning stage.
They can look to respond here with DK getting 6. Now they can actually start making goes. Yeah.
Yep, Bra drags straight back in underneath the tower, as he will be left behind by his teammates. No saving of the SF possible there.
Literally, the second he hits 6, they make the go. Mid tower though, getting punished here. Moon. Let's be careful. He gets stunned up. He's stunned again.
They have got the chain stun. Do they have the damage quite? Doesn't look like they will. Oh,
is he dead?
He was living on the edge there. Took an extra bit of a punch there before jaunting to the orb. But I will get out.
It almost looked like Tomato could have gotten the breathe fire on them, but I don't think he expected.
No,
sit there for so long.
Hang around before he jumped.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Will be that Radiance build on the Abaddon, it looks like. Because Snaking, I mean, he's farming. He's farming like crazy down here.
And it's also the Radiance build on the Lifestealer.
Oh.
So the race for the Radiance between these two.
Radiance this game, huh? Okay. Oh, Yawar top. This one should be a pretty free kill for them. I say that. Look at Yawar. He's ready to battle.
He's closing the gap. Will go down.
Did a good amount of damage here, but there is a salve on the SF, and he's got 17 wand. Gyro did 1,500 damage there.
It's a pretty scary hero.
It's pretty scary.
In these sort of situations.
A prize.
Now he coming into the mid. Looking for some XP of his own. Try and get that level 6 online so he can have that sort of save potential.
I'm really curious why he's going the Radiance on Lifestealer this game. I've seen it a lot versus like the Illusions heroes and stuff like that, and when it's just like not a great Lifestealer game, but he's got the vessels for him to, if he wants to just go an armlet and they can just best bomb over and over again. Snaking top, eating a lot of damage.
I don't know, it's just there's always that temptation, isn't it? When you have a free lane as a carry, and you've got that amount of money racking up, it's like, wow, why not get a Radiance? And Ritsu is having that free farm that he dreams of, so...
They get the stun on him. Is there follow-up?
They should have the chain control there. SVG.
They can just threaten him. They can't really kill him.
No, they don't have the level 6, so no static storm. As into the creepy goes. They will look to deny it and such, but they're straight with a raised TP. Ritsu will get out of there.
TP's to his tower.
Yeah, they need the level 6 on the Disruptor before they can go for those sort of plays on the Lifestealer. It's just...
When they've got 6 Disruptor, they actually have a lot of kill threat everywhere. And Yawar, mid, gets netted up. Should be just fine here, though.
And Aoi could be in trouble. There's a Burst Strike and homing missile potential on top of this Naga Siren, as they will surround Aoi. And they'll be the ones to cut him down. Ryle comes in with a rotation. Nice ice pass, though, with a wraparound from Kidra. Will set up for a kill in return for Iceberg. And the bigger kill nonetheless. Getting that mid gyro out of this. Glimpse back onto Bryle though. Have they got enough damage? They've got the first stun. They do surround him, and as quickly as they lose their gyro, they'll be quick to strike back and take down Bryle on the Shadow Fiend.
Disruptor, what a hero. What a glimpse, just what a spell. Finding kill after kill across the map.
There's a reason why support's top tier.
Yep.
If you know what you're doing with it, it's absolutely deadly. And SVG, other than that earlier missed glimpse, of course, a very, very proficient Disruptor player, one of NA's finest.
So it'll be the early drum on DK, early drum on Gyro. It's like a tricore being ran on Vici Storm because of the way that Snaking's going to be itemizing too. So Puck, he's got the blink finished up. They can look to get kind of aggressive with this here. They don't have the greatest follow-up, but they could still outnumber. Still think that VGJ Storm is just a bit stronger here.
Oh,
quick glimpse.
Quick blink. To dodge it. And now, mid lane, VGJ Storm manning him to try and take that tier 1 tower, but the coil's down. Iceberg looking at trying to fight into this one. They put the cooldown down from Yawar to try and force them back, but they're jumping forward. The DK falling very low. Tomato will survive, saved by the Aphotic Shield. VGJ Storm get out of there.
Good rotations by Iceberg. They really want to defend that tier 1 as long as possible. And just keeps making the space for Ritsu, who's
nearly got the relic.
Pretty much got it, yep.
The Radiance Lifesteal. Something that Yeah, there's a few players that certainly do love to go that build. And turns out Ritsu's one of them.
Yeah, mostly Oliver, you know. He builds Radiance on everybody, though.
Who else did we see? We seen Oliver. There was another player. Who else did the Radiance?
Everyone's going to be like BSJ invented it, right?
Oh, yeah, the BSJ Classic.
Yeah. MSS. They are spotting him up top. Looked like he was kind of trying to set up for something, but yeah, he's no help.
And they've got the 6 on Aoi now, so that song of the siren is something that they have to be aware of when they go for these team fights.
So the big things that we were talking about during the draft was VGJ, they picked the DK, they picked the Gyro, they picked these BKB cores. What their dream is, get BKB versus this Naga combo, and they can't really get it off. And MSS now, he's looking to give vision for the glimpse. They will find Aoi.
Straight back into the field. Aoi does have the song.
Oh, awkward Static Storm.
Gather round.
Now he lives.
Yeah,
Coils
he gets
up
the
the
song off. Bryle looking for the perfect timing, but the stun comes through just in time to stop the Requiem. He'll try and go for it again, knowing that there's no further stuns available, and that will mean Tomato, he'll fall. Can VGJ Storm find anything out of this one? No, they're going to look to try and turn towards the puck, but Moon's out. So Iceberg with that, as you say, the combo a little bit off from Storm there, as it seemed like they weren't too fussed about the fact that Aoi had the song available. And Moon actually gets to go back in and pick off MSS. I don't know why they had the field, they had the glimpse back, but SVG didn't seem to want to put the Storm straight on top of the field.
He put it in between the Naga and the SF, like it was.
Yeah,
it looked a little weird. Bit of a mistake there. Iceberg capitalizing on it heavily.
Yeah,
Aoi might be the death here though.
Yeah, no song now to rely on, so...
Yep.
And VGJ still will at least get that Naga Siren.
It looks like both teams are just trying to like battle and make space for the Radiances. Ritsu is going to have his a bit earlier than Snaking though.
Be silent.
But as you said, so the value of the Radiance will dwindle for Ritsu, because VGJ Storm's cores are going to want to race for the BKBs.
Yeah, I think this is one of those games where at least one of them wants to have a first item BKB. It looks like they want to be a little more greedy with Yawar. They want to have Tomato just rush that BKB and Yawar just go Mask of Madness and just farm up.
Has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yawar is falling behind too, so does need to catch up somehow. How's MSS on the blink? 300 gold away for the Sanking. That's going to give them a lot more ways to actually make plays around the map. The Radiance is done. So I'd imagine that Iceberg, they want to fight around this Radiance timing. And they already are starting to sandwich BGJ a bit. SVG has to get out of there.
So they want to make some plays. Down bottom
Dire's
Yawar.
top tower is under attack.
Has to be careful how he pokes his head out, as they will back up VGJ Storm from this bottom lane. I'll see that Radiance is there on Ritsu now. Certainly speed up the farm. Got the Blink Dagger on the SK.
They can fight bottom. I think that Iceberg should be kind of afraid here. They don't know the Sanking has Blink Dagger finished up yet, but they can kind of assume since he's been farming top for quite a while. I think they have to make plays elsewhere. I think bottom is way too risky. And they will. They're going to make their way toward top to defend the Shadow Fiend. Bryle also will be going for the BKB rush. Same kind of thing. It's just disrupt versus the two supports. The Naga Jakiro on one side, the Sanking and Disruptor on the other. Really need BKB versus those heroes. Just, you know, get completely bursted in the combo. Aoi is positioned bottom though.
Tower is under attack.
He's hiding and does have the song ready for setup if the team wants to come in.
Radiant structures are
The rest of VGJ Storm smoked up,
Dire's top tower is under
sweeping
attack.
up towards that top lane. There's a DD down
Битва
bottom.
отгремела не напрасно.
Tomato
Dire's top
spots out.
tower has fallen.
Down bottom, Snaking, getting away with a lot of damage onto this tower. Looks like, at the moment at least, no intention from Iceberg to do anything about this, so they'll let that one go.
Tower is under
Okay,
attack.
trades. And bottom now though, they do find a catch on Aoi. Quick easy kill.
Dire's top tower
Actually
is
commits the
under
epi.
attack.
Just wanted to make sure he doesn't get song off and get out.
Yeah,
I think they had enough damage though with the DDDK. Either way.
They might be able to get a tier 2 themselves with this double damage Dragon Knight. Tomato continue to push him. Radiance now complete for snaking.
So Yawar needs to be careful, like we said. He went for the farming build. So both the Lexian went for the farming build, and Gyro went for the farming build on the other side. MSS gets a stun out. They're looking for Moon. Bryle.
Oh, nearly finding SVG. That quick stun for Tomato comes out. Bryle pops the BKB, moving forward with the Requiem, but VGJs don't keep the distance. They've lost Moon on the side of Iceberg. Tomato trying to move in for more, turns his attention towards Kitrak. Kitrak trying to get himself out of this, but the rest of VGJ Storm will be heading round for the wraparound to get him. He's got the Glimmer Cape, but they're chasing Kitrak. Trying with the Jukes, but surely will be dead. He has a TP. Oh, they do actually have mana for the stun. Oh, doesn't matter. The right clicks and the rocket barrage are enough. So VGJ Storm will take the trade as they lose one, but they take two, including that Moon Meander puck, the big one.
That was the BKB reveal by the SF, right? And Dragon Knight didn't have his just yet. So in theory, that should have been Iceberg's big team fight there. And the fact that they lose 2 heroes is a really big win for Vici.
Yeah, Tomato playing really nice this game. 4-1-3 on his KDA, and the farm, as we've said, BKB pretty much there for the DK.
Yeah, the 3 cores are farming very nice on Storm. Puck is starting to fall behind a bit.
Yeah. Moon being caught out a couple of times in these team fights.
So Yawar, like we were saying, needs a BKB in the fights. He went for the mask to be a bit greedier. He's now backed up. He's going back for the BKB, of course. They just needed to take any type of engagements. Ritsu and Snaking, standing toe-to-toe. Ritsu Rage TP, he's out. He's going for the Solar Crest build, so Solar Crest Radiance will be the build, as we have seen from several of these lifestealers that go Radiance.
Iceberg, ready to smoke up, moving towards top. Who will they find here? Tomato.
They've got deep vision too, so they know that these two are alone for now. MSS, he's stalking Bryle.
He does have eyes on that SF. Let's see what they can find. Up top, Tomato not quite having the BKB. He's got it, but it isn't out to him yet. Jump forward, the Dream Coil onto 2. SVG taken out. He tries for the TP out, Tomato, but the ice pass there to catch it. There's a great smoke from Iceberg, results in 2 kills for Ritsu. Yeah, as I said, the BKB just fractions of seconds too late there for Tomato. He had it, but it wasn't quite delivered to him. Now off the back of that Iceberg.
And there's into a rush. Yeah, they have more than enough minus armor.
They've got the Solar Crest.
Yep.
Fully complete on Ritsu. So this
no way Storm can contest either, especially into a Naga. You can just sleep if they're even start making the move over. They've got the vision as well. They placed 2 wards there actually. The first one got dewarded. They are looking to take the fight though. They don't have the Dragon Knight just yet.
Time. It's close.
Aui's ready. Pop sleep. Let him finish it. Yeah,
no
stay in the front line.
No messing around from Aui. And there we have it. Bryle grabs the Aegis. Iceberg, they want to take a fight here. Looks like they'd rather just get out. They'll back off. They'll bring them out of that. The Static Storm drop down, but it won't catch Moon. That's going to be the Kira down at least. Iceberg thinking about maybe getting back in there. They're eyeing it up, but they don't want to take the risks. So overall,
Radiant's bottom
they
tower
make the trade, but these VGJ Storm losing their Sand King.
They're looking for Moon. He's got a haste rune in his bottle though. This.
Haste.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah.
And it's an impossible one. Moon is well and truly out of there. And closing in on his Yule Scepter's completion. So at the moment, Iceberg 3k lead. Ritsu, Lifestealer, and the side lanes SF, Bryle looking very strong at the moment. Both at the top of the net worth.
The side lane SF.
The side lane SF. It's looking good.
Yeah. Very close game still so far. Only the 2k advantage for them after they get that rush and that big pickoff. Snaking's just farming like a beast on Abaddon.
And down bottom. We'll TP Bryle in. SVG is there. He pops the kinetic field to block Ritsu off.
They pop a BKB for snaking. They should be able to find
really
the kill.
want this. I mean, they will do. They've got the ice path. They're taking down. They'll also get SVG out of this one as well. So they pop a BKB charge. It's worth it. Bryle's able to stick in the fight. Doesn't get sent back by the glimpse, and they'll get 2 kills.
Yeah, they're trying to take advantage here so they can actually force some towers with this Aegis. They don't want this to be a passive one because they are playing versus a tri-core lineup. They ideally want to keep the rhythm going. They don't want to slow down with a puck core.
Dire's
Or puck
bottom
mid laner.
tower is under attack.
Even if they have SF and Lifestealer, they do want to keep the pressure versus, I mean, Gyro, DK, Abba, these heroes scale.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Much better showing so far from Iceberg.
Oh, yeah.
I think we expected that with this draft. It's just,
Dire's
I mean,
bottom
they got the
tower
Naga
has
Siren.
fallen.
That's
Dire's
now
bottom
has
tower is
certainly
under
been causing
attack.
some issues with the songs
Mm-hmm.
so far. Some
Ryo's BKB still on cooldown. Storm seems to know that too.
they have.
Oh, they can't
yeah.
get the kinetic on him.
Tower is under
SVG been
attack.
it's a little bit off on his disruptor today.
That one's hard versus SF.
Sure, he's got a lot
Once
of
he's got
movement.
the, yeah, once he's got the talent,
Near.
it's pretty speedy. Mid. Yawar, he does have the BKB. He doesn't want to have to be forced to use it. The Yules comes out. He's gonna be forced to use it.
BKB, and he is going to turn drop
Might still even die.
There's a lot of physical damage, and with the root going through the BKB, he's gone. Now he's just to sleep up, see if they can catch for more. They're looking for the bigger targets.
They're looking for the initiator.
But MSS is on the high ground, and they will find him straight on top of MSS. They blow him up with the Requiem. Double kill for Bryle. Ritsu chasing down SVG with the Solar Crest, the Radiance, and the Open Wounds. Finding a third. Snaking up on his way back towards the base. They'll put the borrowed time. They're looking to kite him up. They want the snaking kill. The Ice Path won't grab him, but the root will then move in, take down snaking as well. VGJ Storm lose 4 in their base. Iceberg.
That song, they just look for the Sanking, they find him, then the
yeah.
entire counter initiation that Storm could have is gone.
Radiant's top tower
That's
is
this
under
momentum that
attack.
they needed. 7k gold lead now, 7k experience as well.
Gather
And Tomato now.
He's got the BKB and he has got the TP if he feels threatened. He'll put the BKB, he'll try and fight. Nah, now as soon as Ritsu's there, he does decide to TP away, so gets out, but it's a BKB charge gone.
Both cores have used their BKB defensively. Yeah, Yawar did die, but Tomato gets away. Storm under a lot of pressure here.
silence.
They ideally need to like slow down the pace of the game here. Wait for this Aegis to go down before they can make some plays. It looks like they want to try to take advantage, but they are under vision here. They're trying to catch this SF. They had a ward bottom on him.
Invisibility.
Now it's all getting a bit awkward because they did have that ward that saw the smoke. Moon, Invis, breaks SVG. Now they know where the smoke is going.
$9K lead, 26 minutes. It's quite the jump forward for Iceberg. They, I mean, how do VGJ still go about taking fight? It feels like they have to somehow get on top of Aoi.
They have to find the Naga, yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of just need a vision advantage. I might even like if they would buy a gem pretty soon. I know their supports are pretty broke, but when they've just gotten under so much pressure, you're kind of expecting to be under some ward vision here. So I think they do have to just kind of check out those wards here. SVG is checking all over the place. He's putting sentries down. He's throwing the kinetics to try to find the wards because they do feel like they're playing under vision as well.
I think if you're a Iceberg at this stage, you are going to feel pretty confident, and I don't think there's any rush really, pressure on them.
No, they haven't even had like the the sleep into ice path opportunities yet. If they can sleep, they see the supports, they can line up ice paths. It's going to be really big fights for them. But like we said, getting the cores is different because they've already got those BKBs finished. So
There we go, the classic Radiance Lifestealer Ancient farming inside the Ancient. And
look how
using it to
fast
farm.
he is.
Yeah. Lane to lane, off he goes. Ritsu. It's running around the map, pulling creeps.
Is that what I think I saw? Blink dagger on a Batten? Yeah, okay. The save myself build. Taking no damage with an ulti, you can always just blink.
It's very nice.
Yep. It's good for positioning as
I mean,
well.
Ritsu's having a great time. It's just farming creeps up and
Pulling
down the map.
creepers. Yeah, they don't have a way to actually kill this. They might try, but
I mean, I don't think you'd try on us. Can you kill this Ancient?
they stunned it.
They're gonna go for it.
They're gonna get it. And he's gone.
He's out of there. Oh, they got the ancient.
I think MSS was trying to time his stun with as the ancient dies, so you can catch him like as soon as he pops out of the infest. It's really difficult to get off though.
That's pretty much the only way to do it. You don't want to waste the static stone because he's always going to be able to shift rage out of it.
Aoi has blink dagger now, so looking to just protect his course with that sleep as we've seen him do so well. They do catch the scan on Moon, but
they know someone's in there.
There's a lot of heroes on the side of Iceberg, all coming to collapse, though.
They found him.
They found him. He's got his Yules. The song comes out.
Aoi 2000 in the midst of it all, saving Moon here and now. Iceberg, they can look for the turnaround. There's the setup. Ice Path, the combo onto two of them. Tomato gets the BKB off. Turns immediately towards the dragon with the Glimmer Cave there on Shakira, buying some time for him. Storm, they've lost two. MSS to fall as well as Iceberg Brawl picks up the double kill. Tomato's trying his best to fight up against the wall. There'll actually be a buyback on the gyro, but Brawl will survive, keeps alive amongst all the chaos, and they get all of the kills, a full team wipe. I don't know if VGJ Storm's coming back into this one. I said it before, I said it again. That third ban, it should have been the Naga. You can't let Aoi get the Naga. It's so hard to play against, and we're seeing that here. It's a Naga Siren. I mean, I'm sure they'll be kicking themselves, VGJ Storm, and I'm sure we'll see them not let Iceberg get the Naga through next game.
I mean, it's also Yawar has just been getting destroyed in this game. Every time he showed his face, it's just
that's a dieback on the gyro. 80 seconds without Yawar.
Yeah, they could just look to end the game here. Iceberg definitely playing a lot better this game than last time.
Absolutely.
They're actually making the draft on the back.
The draft was just a million times better.
Yeah, and they were playing really quick because they're like the Sabaton just wants to play passively and farm, so they're just trying to take advantage of it, and they did. Even though Yawar got the BKB at one timing, it was both BKB usages. He just died. He couldn't really actually dish out too much damage during it.
They don't have a way to stop Aoi. Every single fight where it looks like they might be able to find something is the stage of the game where there's going to be a song and there's going to be a turnaround.
Yeah, they are just. I mean, Iceberg is really just running at them, and they're not allowing the Disruptor to really get good situations for the glimpses. And I mean, yeah, they have the innate rage from the Lifestealer. They have the BKB already on the SF. Very hard to actually use the two supports on the side of Storm now at this point.
Easy Roche,
I mean, it is just proving why Naga is just such a ridiculous 4-hero. You just turn. You can act as the initiator. You can act as the counter initiator. You're just a protection.
They need something crazy. VGJ Storm to get back into this. I mean, they do have a gyro. Maybe the dreams of a rapier would have been something, but with that sort of a buyback, dieback, it's going to put Yawar a long way away from any sort of item as such. He's got the MKB queued up, but it's a long way away.
And there's already an Aghanim's on puck, so they already have the damage to kind of break through that gyro and through the DK, through the BKB with the Lifestealer, and throw an Aghanim's. They actually just can't even run away.
No.
It's looking very scary for Storm here, because their supports are just completely countered. So we're going to have to see if they can actually set up any real spells to kill Aoi and to start the fights. But the cores already on the side of Iceberg are massive.
Let's see what they can do down here. MSS. Hiding in the trees. A lot of money on MSS.
Yeah. Well, he's 3K.
But
I was looking at his net worth. I'm like, man, he's catching up to Gyro, but I didn't see him buy anything else.
Yeah, Jawar's net worth really suffering. As nearly double net worth on the Lifestealer and the Shadow Fiend.
This is kind of the we can't take fights. We need to just push out lanes constantly strategy now, because yeah, they're just at such a deficit. Taking fights versus this SF Lifestealer seems just impossible. Shadowblade on Tomato, as well as the Blink. Maybe this is the way. Pick a fight around the shrine. But they see Snaking already. Snaking's got to be careful. He's already dropping low. They've got the Yules for when his ult does pop as well.
He's going to pop the shrine. And we'll juke out that ice path, but the chase down is going to be there. He does still have the ultimate.
They're waiting. As soon as that ulti pops, he's going to get Yulesed. Bam.
Tomato is trying to lead in with the blink. Has got the BKB. Then you get the standing storm down to a couple of them, but now how he gone? That is the way they want to start this. If they can get rid of the Naga, then they've got a chance in these fights. VGJ Storm. They'll turn towards the lifesteal. They do have the chain stun. Buyback's going to be there from Snaking as he wants to get involved in this and help out his cause. But Tomato stuck in the tree line, cut down by Ritsu. Double kill for the lifesteal. Snaking's going to fall as well. That's a dieback on the Abaddon. And surely GG, and then GG is cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we will go to a game 3 with the Swan as Iceberg having a much better game 2 as they just had a draft that worked. And I'm super sure we will see the Naga Siren going back.